Whoa. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kelly again, and welcome back to my channel. If you can't tell from the sound of my voice, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather because about a week ago I came down with a really bad cold or flu or, God help me, the coronavirus, and I just can't seem to shake it. So I thought that I would go ahead and try every home remedy for colds and flus that I've learned from growing up in the US, and also those that I've more recently learned from my experiences living in Germany and from talking with my German friends and viewers. So without further ado, and before I start coughing again, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, but first, I almost forgot this part. I learned that a lot of Germans are really adamant about wearing scarves around their neck when they're sick or when they have a cold. I'm not exactly sure if this really actually does anything, but today is the day of trying. So, got my scarf on. First up is boiled beer. Now this sounds pretty disgusting to me, but I read about it in Deutsche Welle that there are a lot of Germans who will boil beer and drink it as a remedy for sickness. And like I said, I'm desperate, so here goes nothing. I really can't help but think that I actually just ruined a perfectly fine beer, but I really don't want to try it. Whew. Okay. Boiled beer, down. Next up is chamomile tea. I had a lot of recommendations for all different sorts of teas, like lemon ginger tea, mint tea, and then of course chamomile tea. And I decided to try chamomile tea because that is what my boyfriend, who's German, will always drink whenever he's feeling sick. Okay, I have my chamomile tea now. I don't necessarily love the flavor of chamomile tea, but I also don't necessarily hate it. But I remember one time hearing someone describe tea as dirty water, and actually I think that's a very fitting description of how chamomile tea tastes. Kind of just like dirty water. Alright, last sip. Still not feeling great. So time for the next remedy, which is milk and honey. Now, I'm not someone that sits down and drinks a glass of milk. I never have been, I probably never will be. And actually, I've always been told that drinking milk or dairy products like ice cream helps to exasperate your cough because it creates a lot more phlegm and mucus in your system. So this goes against what I think I should be doing for my cough and lingering cold. But I did see it listed as a remedy, although it maybe perhaps was better suited for something like a fever or a head cold than necessarily a cough. But let's go ahead and give it a whirl and hope that my cough doesn't get worse. Wow. I think it's worth noting how incredibly delicious this is, although it's probably not surprising because adding sugar to anything makes it more delicious. I've never had milk and honey together. I probably have had milk and honey added to something like tea, but not just together and by itself, and it is yummy. Whew. Whether or not that helped, it definitely tasted good, and it was kind of like a nice little treat for me today. The next cold remedy is onion juice or Zwiebelsaft, which a lot of people told me about, and I couldn't believe it but it's a real thing. And I've already prepared it earlier. I took half of an onion and I chopped it up into little pieces, and then I placed those pieces of onion into a bowl and poured sugar on top and stirred in order to help facilitate the juice coming out of the onion, kind of like how you will sugar strawberries to get a nice little strawberry syrup for a cake or something. So I've been told that you will literally just take the onion juice, the liquid that's left in the bowl from sugaring the onions, and drink it. So I have a nice spoonful of onion juice or Zwiebelsaft, and here goes nothing. Still a little tart, but the sugar definitely helps to bring down the spiciness almost of the onion. So I've been told that then you just give it a little stir and wait for some more juice to formulate and have another spoonful, and you just repeat periodically throughout the day. So I'm gonna put this back on the kitchen counter and wait for some more juice, and then I'll have another spoonful later. Next up is sauerkraut, and I realize that a lot of people spend time taking their just plain old sauerkraut and spicing it up with caraway seeds and juniper berries and maybe cloves and or apples and so on to make it into a really special dish. But I'm sick, y'all, so I'm just gonna have plain old-fashioned sauerkraut straight out of the jar as God intended. No more jokes. I grew up eating sauerkraut. In fact, my mom makes her own, and I love the flavor of sauerkraut. I also haven't eaten like a lot lately, so it's nice to have some food. That was good sauerkraut. Now it's time for my last German home remedy, and it's another hot drink. It is hot lemon water. Whoa, that was way more lemony than I think it's supposed to be. Maybe it's supposed to be more hot water with just like a squeeze of hot lemon, but I think I made it like 1/3 lemon juice and then 2/3 water, and it is super lemony. That's it for the German. Now, the absolute most famous home remedy in the US for the cold or the flu or just not generally feeling well or even being homesick is, of course, chicken noodle soup. A lot of people have their own recipes that have been passed down generation through generation. It makes them think of their grandmother, which is why when I went to Whole Foods to buy their prepackaged, freshly made though, prepackaged chicken noodle soup, it's of course called Nana's chicken noodle soup, Nana being another term for grandmother. So I will be heating this up for an American home remedy. That was pretty tasty chicken noodle soup, and I'm happy to have something warm and fulfilling in my belly, not just tea. Time to move on to the next home remedy, which is gargling warm salt water. Now, normally you would do this if you have a sore throat, but I don't really have a sore throat with whatever ailment it is that I'm experiencing, but I do cough frequently and very violently, and so my throat is starting to hurt a lot from that. So I thought might as well try to gargle some warm salt water and see if that helps to soothe my throat at all. Alright, the next cold remedy for the US is vitamin C tablets. The next remedy is just a little bit of honey in hot water, or honey tea. It's honey and water. And now for another extremely popular home remedy for Americans to drink whenever they're not feeling well, the hot toddy. It's pretty good. I'm going to be taking this hot toddy and my butt right over to the couch for a Netflix binge so I can try to get some rest before I have work tomorrow. And I hope that one of these many home remedies that I tried today helps me to get over this last little bit of lingering ughness, for a lack of a better term, so that I can get some pep in my step and feel like a normal person again. If I missed a home remedy, if there's something that you or your family swears by that I didn't try, please put in the comments, because if I wake up tomorrow not feeling well, I will definitely be looking in the comments for some more advice from you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, guys, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much to all of my patrons for the support you've given me, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully a little bit more healthier. Bye!